Hey everybody, this is Chris with Surf Financial Brokers once again, your friends with living benefits. And here wanting to talk to you a little bit. Today's we're at the beginning of January. Happy 2025. Hope you've got your New Year's resolutions in order. And one of them that I was hoping would be on your list is making sure that you've got your paycheck protected and your income protected because um, that is your number one asset. I ask people all the time, I get in groups and I say, what is your number one asset? And they always tell me it's their house or their car or collectibles. Your number one asset that you have is your ability to earn a living. Without that, you really don't have all those other things. When you think about it that way, it's really important to make sure that you still have that ability to earn a living and bring money in. Because if you're sick or hurt and you can't work, what happens to your bills? They just keep coming. They're not going to stop coming to you just because you're not able to work. And that's where a lot of people get behind the eight ball. So it's important that you have some sort of protection plan there. Some people call it paycheck protection, income protection. The most common name is just disability insurance. Um, think of it like this for just a second. Let's say that you had a box in your house and it printed money. And once a year, it would print enough money to replace your annual salary. So just for instance, say you make $40,000 a year. Once a year, this machine would print $40,000 a year. Would you insure that machine? Well, the answer is, of course, yes. And the answer is also, you're the machine. You're the one making that money. So it's important to make sure that you are protecting that asset. Uh, so with that in mind, knowing that you're going to have to need some disability insurance, you've got a couple of options. Now, if you're self-employed, you would call an insurance agent, much like me, surffinancialbrokers.com, and you'd say, hey, this is what I need to do. I need to get some disability insurance. And depending on your industry, if you do something dangerous, say you're a roofer or a welder, you're going to pay a little bit more than if you're an office worker, for instance. So they'll underwrite it based off of how dangerous your job is. We have a lot of clients who are realtors, small business owners, and it's not really that big of an issue for the most part. Uh, but that's the way they're going to evaluate what your price is on that, as well as your age and your health, and if you smoke and all those things, just like any other insurance. So that's one way of doing it. And if you do it that way, what I recommend usually is to go with a 2-year benefit. Typically, if you're seriously ill, you've had something going on, or you are injured very badly, you can get a benefit, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, up to age 67. You can do that like that. However, 2 years will usually get you up to the point where your Social Security disability is starting to pay in, because it takes a while to get all that paperwork processed and everything. And I've seen it go up to about 2 years. So that's just a general way of doing it. Now, we do have some people that will say, I want it all the way, take me out to age 67. We can do that as well. So you can make it short term or long term, however you like. One of the misconceptions when it comes to disability is people just think, oh, well, I'm, somebody in a wheelchair and they're, you know, um, not injured, they've been injured or something. The truth is, about 85% of all disability claims are from sicknesses. And these are things like cancer, strokes, heart attacks, things that just make you ill and for a long time. And so when you think of it in that term, it makes you approach it a little bit differently, especially like me lately. I've recently know or have been, slightly kind of know other people who have had strokes lately that are in my age group. So it's kind of it's a little bit interesting for me to have people call me and go, well, your friend just had a stroke, but now they need some sort of financial help. And I'm like, it's a little late for that. You need to do that beforehand. One thing I did want to get back to is if you're not self-employed and you're getting you have an option to purchase disability insurance through work, get it. I mean, those kinds of plans lots of times are a little bit different because everybody's going to have the same rate because you're all working in the same industry. And take advantage of that. Now, one caveat, one thing to be careful of is if your employer is paying for your disability insurance. It's a great perk. I mean, who doesn't want your employer to pay for something? However, just be aware that when you go on a claim, if you got sick or hurt and you can't work, you're already only bringing home about 65-70% of your income. That's what they're going to give you as a benefit. But if your employer is paying for it, then that benefit is going to get taxed. So you're already down on your back. You're not working. You were bringing home about 70% of your income, and now that's getting taxed again. So you may want to supplement that. If your employer is paying for disability insurance, you can supplement it and just get another little disability policy that's just enough to cover you for that extra little piece. It's not that bad. One other rider that they make available that I want to share with you is called a return of premium rider. Now, some companies will offer this. It's a good plan for some people. They really enjoy this. And what it does is if you get to age 65 or 67, you've been paying into this policy for years and you've never used it, they will refund you all your premiums back, minus whatever claim. So if you have used it, say you paid $10,000 into it and you got $2,000 in claims and you recovered, you get to the end, they'll still pay you the difference. So they'll pay you your claims, your premiums minus any claims paid out. It's a nice little forced savings plan a lot of people like. So if you have any questions about these kinds of things, if you're self-employed, if you've put this on your New Year's resolutions list, like I hope you have, that I need to purchase some disability insurance, look us up, surfinancialbrokers.com, or you can look up friendswithlivingbenefits.com, and it takes you to the same place. And we'll help you out. We'll work with you over the phone. We can do a Zoom call, telephone call, whatever it takes to make sure that you have the coverage you need. We have several agents who are licensed in many states, so we'll make an effort to make sure we can help you out the best we can. surfinancialbrokers.com. We look forward to hearing from you.